Former Arkansas Republican Governor Mike Huckabee, he's also a presidential candidate who has absolutely no chance of winning the Republican nomination, was interviewed on Newsmax TV. And he said that Planned Parenthood is kind of like terrorists who behead people. So I guess the reference is to ISIS. Here's his explanation of why they're the same, Lewis.
Total double standard. And it was also a double standard when she was talking about Planned Parenthood and that Republicans are like terrorists. I'll tell you what terrorists do. Terrorists take people's heads off. That's what they do. Planned Parenthood takes the heads off of unborn children and sells the body parts.
Absolutely.
So if you want to talk about what is most like a terrorist, is it a Republican trying to save a human life, or is it Planned Parenthood murdering human life and selling the body parts as if they were selling parts of a car?
Mike Huckabee made a similar comparison between Planned Parenthood and ISIS at a campaign stop in Iowa last week. I was thinking about how ridiculous fools like Huckabee sound. But then I had a sort of epiphany. It's not that Huckabee sounds like an idiot to everybody. There's a contingent of people that hears Huckabee talk and they don't realize that he's a fool. And these people vote. They hear him say, well, listen, ISIS beheads people and Planned Parenthood was caught in that sting, which has now been totally debunked, as selling fetal parts. So they're kind of the same. Yeah, that kind of does make sense. There's people who hear Huckabee say this stuff and they don't react the way they should, which is, this is a dangerous, dangerous extremist.
And there are millions of people who, if there were no other Christians in the Republican primary, would only vote for Mike Huckabee because he's a Christian. There are those voters. What are you going to do? That's the U.S.
The absurdity of these ideas that we hear from people like Huckabee is that there actually is a huge similarity between Huckabee's beliefs and ISIS beliefs. You know who else is against gay marriage and abortion, Mike? ISIS. You know who's also into subjugating women as a matter of daily life, much like right-wing Christians in the United States? ISIS. You know who wants a system of government based on their self-professed religious dogma? Right-wing Christians. And ISIS. There's a total lack of self-awareness amongst these folks that is really indicative of how both hypocritical, arbitrary, and ignorant their entire worldview is.
It's like two high schools in the same town that have like a rivalry, a football team rivalry. Although everything's basically the same, and you live in the same place, but for some reason this intense rivalry exists.
Is the silver lining that Huckabee has no chance of being president?
Perhaps. Yeah. I don't know why he keeps trying. He's already had a failed attempt. It's completely futile, but if he enjoys it, good for him.
Well, I think it definitely helps him to build his email list. And we know he sells that list to offer all sorts of scam and quack medical cures. So he's probably going to come out very much ahead financially from this thing.
Maybe. It's hard to say. I'm sure there's plenty of profiteering to do, I guess.